Welcome to Comically Comics, your one-stop listen to all things comics. We're talking books, movies, TV shows, video games, and more. I must forewarn you, though, we are a spoiler cast, and what that means is we consider all properties, past, future, and present, to be valid, and we will spoil the hell out of them. I'm your host, Michael, along with my two co-hosts, Richard and Jeremy, and with all that being said, let's get started. All right, it is November 24th, and we are back. Sandman finale.
Woo.
This is it. This is all. It's all, folks, because it's WB.
Bleep, bleep.
Episode 10 through 12. We'll start off. Episode 10. Long live the king. The kindly ones with Lyta attack the dreaming. Morpheus prepares for the inevitable. Jeremy, what is your whelming on this episode?
I was pleasantly to overly whelmed. I really enjoyed this episode. I liked a little. I mean, it was a little bit more, obviously a little bit more fast paced, kind of like, you know, with his, it's like the final showdown type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, I just think it went well. It was, you know, tough episode. These last couple were tough, but I still think they were really good.
Nice. Richard?
I wrote I was overly whelmed with this episode. I thought it was a great way that they adapted the big moment with Dream in this. I thought they did a really, again, following along in the comic, they kind of just bring that moment to life.
Nice. I am pleasantly whelmed. I thought that a lot of the action style stuff was like fast paced, but then it's like we got to a moment which understandably slow, we slowed down. I think a mixture of like my headspace and the pacing is what throws me off. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying like that's why I'm probably not overly whelmed. It's just because I feel like for Sandman, you kind of have to be in that mood.
Yeah. The emo mood.
Maybe just I think for Sandman, you have to be in that deep thinking mood.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And I was more in that deep sleeping mood when I was trying to watch these.
Well, I mean, that's appropriate since he's the Lord of
Yeah.
Dreams.
Right. So that's why it's taken me several times to watch these episodes to actually get through them, because I would watch them late and I'd fall asleep. So because I'm an old man.
Yeah.
But I got what I wanted out of this episode, which was Machine Gun Murphy, and it was fantastic.
Machine Gun Murphy.
Until he was blown away. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
Murph.
My note there was, well, Michael got what he wished. And then it was like, sort of.
I mean, it was like he didn't have the bandana, but like it was a solo shot of him freaking shells falling to the ground and everything, like I was talking about.
Mhm.
And I was like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted and envisioned in my head. Other than I did wish he was like walking towards them with it. That would have been even cooler. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll forgive that because, you know, his saying of I'm a pumpkin with a machine gun, like that
was funny.
That was pretty great.
Which that like coming, then his own bullets being used up against him.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, that's rough.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Man, the shot of him, like his pumpkin head exploded all over the ground.
Yeah.
And it's like an above shot looking down below at him. I was like, this is weirdly gruesome, even though it's just a pumpkin.
Yeah.
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 It really was. Like it hit a different nerve there, and because I mean you were attached to him, but then like, well, he's also just a pumpkin, but he's not just a pumpkin. So yeah, it was hard.
No, he's got a name.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you name him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You're going to give people trauma that have named their like pumpkins for Halloween that are just like rotting on their doorsteps right now.
I'm just saying, I mean, I also will say that like to sit there for them to do Lyta the way that they did and her to be attached to Wonder Woman, she gave off those Amazonian vibes with her outfit and the sword and everything. I was like, okay, like this is, y'all did good with the costuming here. This is a pretty solid pick right there.
Yeah, agreed. Man, they bring up more, which I do have to. I read the comic with Lyta, because while I was editing, we were talking about like, he didn't kill your son, Lyta. Like, she mentions it multiple times. Literally, one of my notes is, bitch, he did not kill your son. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
In the comic, Loki he owes Dream a favor. So Dream is like, I need you to collect Daniel Hall for me because he is not safe with Lyta. So they go and get him, or rather, Loki goes and gets him. But then Loki comes up with the scheme of like, oh, actually, I'm going to make Lyta think that Dream took him or whatever, and that the kid is dead, so that she will eventually, like, the Furies will use her. But also in the comic, the Furies are like bewitching Lyta, so she can't listen to any sort of reason.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
That is not explained at all in the show.
Well, there was a moment in there where they kind of, it was whenever she did the whole stabbing the sword into the ground.
Mhm.
I think it was, and like you could kind of almost see she was starting to kind of come to almost.
Mhm.
But then, like they got her to grab the sword, and they were back. She was back under their control or whatever. But I will, yeah. I mean, I guess that would have been nice to know that, because honestly, she is my least favorite character in this whole series.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Just absolutely annoyed with her, and just get her out of there.
Yeah.
I would agree with Jeremy, and it was when she killed Abel. She stabbed Abel, and that's once she stabbed him, and the sword got out of her hand. It was like she kind of realized what she did, and she was confused.
Mhm.
But then they were egging her on to grab the sword again, and once she grabbed it, it was like she was back in their possession. But all that happened like in the dream. There's still all that before she even started dreaming. There's no connection of her being in a trance.
Yeah, they did a bad job on that. That's the one thing I have to knock them for, is like, y'all kind of should have included that.
Yeah.
Kind of how they messed up him like fawning over Nada in the like middle 3 episodes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't happen in the comic. That's something they did for the show. It's like, why'd y'all do that? It kind of muddies everything up and makes it more confusing.
I think a lot of that was just the Nada stuff, especially. It was like what we talked about before, and we kind of see that the end of this in these 3 episodes of Dream going through all the siblings.
Mm-hmm.
He met with Desire in that first arc, Delirium throughout, and then Destiny at one point after he had, after he met with Destruction and destroyed his world essentially by killing his son, met with Destiny, then Delirium again. Despair, and then finally, with death.
Yeah.
But I still don't like none of that Nada stuff. That was pointless. Pointless.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was pointless. I think the whole point was that line where your kind never will change, or your kind will never love.
Yeah.
Because that's the point of this whole entire Sandman story.
Is that he changes.
Yeah, is that it changes him.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's still stupid.
Man, Cluracan pisses me the fuck off in this episode when he's talking with his sister and he's like, oh, I don't want you to leave. You're my only sibling I have. Everyone thinks I'm a joke. My note was, boo fuckity who, Cluracan? Then why'd you fucking send her off in the first place?
Yeah. That's true. I didn't think about that whenever they gave her away to Dream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't think about that.
I've hated him the whole time. I could have done without that dude the entire time. He's a jackass.
Yeah. Well, and also it's like one of those everybody thinks that his whole sob story. I'm like, well, then do something about it. Change the way you act. I mean, it's not that hard.
Just look at Morpheus.
Yeah,
exactly. Did y'all think Dream was going to kill Lyta when he goes to the real world, the waking world?
I wasn't sure. That was honestly, I wasn't sure exactly what he was going to do there. I was hoping he would, but
damn.
I was, yeah, I definitely wasn't sure.
I didn't think so, just because to me it would have been extremely out of character
Mm.
for Dream. That would have been a really hard turn for him to do that. He went or whatever, but I don't know. I never believed he was actually going to kill her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I could, I could see it as far as like maybe being out of his character, but at the same time, like he was there, he would have been doing it to keep his people and his realm safe. The people that he really got, like all his helpers and all them, keeping them safe. So like I could have seen it spun in that way.
Yeah. I can see him doing it, but I don't think he's killed anybody. Like the only person I can think of is Calliope's, the guy that plays Rory from Doctor Who, Calliope's rapist. Like he got like a sentence worse than death, but it wasn't technically death, so I don't know. He did, I mean, he condemned Nada to hell for like 10,000 years. So he's definitely got that dog in him, is what I'm saying.
What I didn't see was Koala Lady. Nuala, what's her name?
You just said it.
Yeah.
Koala.
I didn't see her charging in on a horse and freaking beheading Lyta. I did not see that coming at all.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, she means business. I thought we were going to get some kind of a showdown or something. Nope. Heads went rolling, literally.
I legitimately got excited, and then I when she woke up, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right, she's dreaming." God damn it!
I was too, honestly. And I was like, "Why?" I also like, "Why couldn't you have gotten there like a few minutes earlier?"
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but would it have made a difference, though?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because he still would have had to pay a price for spilling the family blood stuff. So, but maybe it would at least delayed it. Well, no, Lyta's an idiot, so she would have just jumped right back in there.
I think this is one of those, it's up to your own interpretation, because a lot of people have theorized that so Death shows up, which, by the way, when she shows up, I'm like, nobody wants you here. Like, what are you doing? Like, read the room, lady. But when the Furies or the kindly ones are all like antagonizing Morpheus, and she stands up and she goes like, enough, and like they all retreat. I think it was one of those, the kindly ones technically don't have dominion over Death, and ultimately it is Morpheus's choice whether he wants to pay for what he did or not.
Oh, I agree.
And I think that's what that moment is. But I think it's one of those that Gaiman left it up for your own interpretation.
Yeah. I also agree. I also think, though, too, that because one of Dream's things that he said was, I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is a theme.
Yeah.
For this entire season, for me, for you, we're all tired.
Yeah.
I don't think the kindly ones would have let up. And I think he knew that. And so it was one of those where, like, yeah, they may be gone for right now, but they're going to come back. They're going to sit there and wreak havoc on his kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And he's tired. And so it's like for the sake of my kingdom, I think I have to give it up.
Yeah, I think it was also what we kind of talked about, where he wanted so badly to give up. He wanted to do what Destruction did, but he couldn't.
Yeah.
And the only way out was death.
Yeah.
Which, since we're talking about it, they adapted the comic beautifully. There's barely anything different from the comic other than he takes his shirt off. For some reason, he's shirtless in the rain while doing all that. But his sister showing up, they're on these like tall mountain peaks, and Matthew shows up, and then he sends Matthew away. And anyway, it's really cool. They do such a great job of it.
That's one of my complaints with this, is that season 1, we really did get more of a Dream Matthew team up. Whereas season 2 here, I don't think we got that at all.
Yeah.
And to sit there and have the moments that we did with Dream and Matthew, I got it because I remember watching season 1, but I wish they would have made that more of a thing. I wish they would have made them two more of that friendship more notable.
I agree, especially next episode, because I don't want to mention this until it also deals with the title of this episode. But I'll mention it more. It'll piss you off even more because there's a cool moment with Matthew the Raven that I was like, why did they not include this? This was, in my opinion, very important.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, one of the other moments that like was really sad to me, like, was whenever they touch fingers and he dies, and then they go to delirium, and then Goldie just vanishes. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, it was very sad.
Kind of doesn't make sense to me.
Why?
I guess he just returned to the dreaming.
No, I think, yeah, he may have returned, or I think he just disappeared altogether.
Because, like, I don't remember seeing him with Cain or Abel in the next episode.
I don't either. He would have been remade more than likely, but
Yeah. But, like, that one thing out of all the stuff from the dreaming just stops.
well, I think it's because it was out in the real world. The waking
That's what I was going
world.
to say, is the only thing is that it wasn't in the dreaming. It was in the real world.
Mhm.
So, like, I don't understand why it wouldn't just return to the dreaming, I guess. But I guess that's just not how it works.
Yeah. I think it's just one of those, there's no like return to cinder once he's dead. It just it just stops working, essentially.
Poor Goldie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was sad.
Merv was still more loss than Goldie, though.
Yeah.
I had to give up 3 Goldies for Merv.
Yeah.
Damn. Damn. So we finally get a look at our new dream.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the very end of the episode.
Yeah. Do you recognize who it is? It's another Game of Thrones character.
I was gonna say I didn't until my wife told me.
Yeah, it's the guy that played Grey Worm in Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
the Unsullied. Yeah,
Mhm.
Oh wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. I was like, because I recognized him, and my wife was like, "Oh shit, it's that guy from Game of Thrones," and I was like, "Oh yeah, it is that guy."
that was the same kind of. Well, that was the same interaction, except for I didn't recognize him at all. I was like, he kind of looks familiar. And then my wife was like, oh, hey, it's Grey Worm. And I was like, what? Or she said the Unsullied guy or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah. Look at you, huh?
But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for this episode.
Yeah.
On to episode 11. A Tale of Graceful Ends. Dream is dead. Kind of. That's all I got. Jeremy, what is your whelming for this episode?
I was pleasantly whelmed. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good send off. I enjoyed hearing from each person. I was honestly a little like underwhelmed by Lucien's speech. I thought hers was going to be a little bit more. By the way, they kept kind of like building it up some, but it was still. I mean, each one of them still was really good. And like I said, I thought it was kind of a cool way of sending him off. But I still, yeah, like I said, I'm pleasantly whelmed with it.
Nice. Richard?
I just wrote I was pleasantly whelmed because this was a very bittersweet episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it, but it was sad. Especially like I'll just say it now. We were supposed to get a 3rd season, maybe even a 4th season. And that sucks.
Yeah.
Why'd they take it away?
Because of the whole game and being a sex pest.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
I am going to go with whelmed. This episode is needed, like absolutely positively needed to like wrap everything up and put a little nice bow on it. You don't have any questions or anything like that. I didn't need it. I didn't have any questions, but it was very slow and it was very like I was ready to just kind of be done with this episode. So whelmed for me.
I think it was probably probably one of the longest episodes of the season too.
Oh, it felt long.
Yeah,
It felt,
'cause
oh my gosh.
I paused it and it said it was like an hour and 10 minutes. I was like, holy cow.
Ugh, I was not about it.
Yeah.
I do think the way they sent Dream off though, are the normal
Morpheus.
Dream.
That's the easiest way. There's Daniel and then there's Morpheus.
Yes. I do think the way they sent Morpheus off was cool. I like his boat, the swan being the helmet on the end of it. I thought was really cool.
A lot of fans, myself included, just because I saw it, that's all pretty accurate. But that boat changes multiple times in each panel. So I think it's like morphing because it's like supposed to be a dream. So at one point it looks like a hand holding his ruby. Another point it looks like his son's Orpheus's head is on there. Another time it looks like a black swan. The other time it looks like a black swan with the helmet on there. And anyway, it's supposed to be like ever changing as it's floating down the river until it goes off into the abyss.
Well, that's cool. I would say I'd go back and watch it, but we know I won't.
No. That didn't happen that did not happen in the show.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that happened in the comic.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And they should have done it for the show.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for as long as we saw the front of it, I'm not mad about that. But I also I haven't seen the comic panels either.
Yeah.
Maybe I would. Like, maybe if I saw the comic panels, I'd be like, oh crap, I wish they would have done that. That would have been really cool.
Yeah.
I like the change at the end of the river there, the waterfall. When it just kind of like almost vaporizes and he turns into a star. That was kind of cool.
He turned into a raven.
Turned into a raven?
Yeah, that's what when it explodes, the shape it makes, it's a raven.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Because that's his whole ish. The helmet's supposed to look like a raven.
Oh, I don't get that at all.
Matthew is his like animal. He's supposed to be like a raven.
His spirit guide?
Yeah.
No, I didn't get that at all. Okay, that's crazy. As far as like Daniel goes, that whole them trying to explain that, I just felt was too much almost, because they even led me down a path and then had to sit there and tell me I was wrong, of like maybe Daniel's like almost a reincarnation of Dream, or the gem is like the essence of Dream, kind of like guiding him almost, or giving him memories, and they even debunked that with Destruction of like, oh no, it's just there to keep you focused. It's ADHD medicine for you is all it is. And I was like, okay, well, what I had was cooler.
Well, I mean, it is. This is when I say it's also like Doctor Who. It is. He's just been regenerate. Like he isn't Morpheus. He has all of Morpheus's memories.
Yeah.
But he is also Daniel.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Like that is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of, to me, I was just like thinking of the Corinthian too. I mean, where they kind of, it's like they kind of, I mean, obviously, I guess, set it up beforehand so you can kind of understand.
He's like me.
Yeah. He's the second version will still have the same memories, but is different.
Yeah, and I mean, I got that. It just, I don't know. It was, I feel like a lot of stuff was made it to go like deep or whatever, and it just didn't land necessarily for me.
Yeah. I will say I did like whenever he was bringing everybody back, and he brought Gilbert back.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like, because honestly, like, it threw me off at first too. Whenever he was like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you bringing me back?" And then kind of going through that whole speech, I was like, that's a pretty cool point. So I really liked that, I guess, conversation there. I thought that one was really, really cool.
Yeah. It's kind of that same speech that Vision gives Ultron at the end of Age of Ultron, is like, something is beautiful. Something that doesn't last forever is beautiful because it doesn't last forever, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which I was like, when Gilbert said that, I was like, a fucking plant would say that.
I wrote on my note that was probably my favorite part of the episode, was Gilbert's speech. Like that was, I was all there for that.
I love so much about this episode. I love Destruction talking with Daniel. I love not despair. I love Desire's speech at her eulogy. I thought that was really cool. There's so much.
I really like I liked Desires, and I liked Delirium's
Yes,
speech.
Delirium was another one that I liked as well.
I'd like to know maybe a little bit more of like, were you saying that Matthew was going to say more, or was supposed to actually end up saying something?
Matthew. So the Matthew thing's at the very end. So everyone, well, like my first note is everyone fucking hates Daniel, and like kind of in the comic as well. Everybody's like, "Fuck this guy." Not my hashtag. Not my dream. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and Matthew is very I'm good, man.
Yeah.
And then they have a moment with each other, and then he realizes, oh, this is still Morpheus. And there's a great moment where he goes to, this is kind of like spoilers for the very end of the series, but instead of it being Lucian and Daniel walking down the hallway so that Daniel can meet his new siblings, it's Matthew and Daniel walking down the hall. And Matthew says the line, he's like, oh, what? And he's like, are you nervous? And he's like, yeah, I'm very nervous or whatever. And he's like, well, just remember what the French say. And he's like, or is it the Americans? Maybe it's the Swedes. I don't know. And he's like, the king is dead. Long live the king. And that's like the last line. And then he opens the doors and you see the Endless are all like having a good time at the table.
Yeah. Huh.
I'm finding it. I'm working on it. I like that. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. No, and like I do too. I don't know. But I can kind of see why they did more like favored towards Lucian. It seemed like maybe they made that relationship a little bit more personal. I mean, especially in the second season, it seemed like they made that relationship a little bit more personal, a little bit more strong connection there than what Matthew was.
Mm-hmm.
No, they definitely hit more on Lucian this season than last season. Because, I mean, he even at one point in time goes into the library and just to like chat at one point, and she's kind of like beside herself, like, whoa, what are we doing here? What's this is my personal library here, Dream.
Yeah.
I'm on break. I needed something else, but like I like Matthew a lot. Merv made sense. Daniel took his time to sit there and rebuild Merv. You know what I mean? So of course Merv's like, hey, I'm Team Daniel. You know what I mean? So like that totally makes sense to me.
What was it? He said something about like, he's like, who are you? And he's like, I'm Dream of the Endless. He's like, no shit. How'd that happen?
Shit. I love that pumpkin. And so I get that one. The Luciana, I kind of get that one. They kind of did that one with, you know, him kind of wanting her as was it Commodore?
Prime Minister?
Prime Minister, thank you.
Oh, okay.
I had Pirates of the Caribbean in my head. So I kind of got that where she felt like she was needed at that point in time.
Yeah.
And understanding that like he's rebuilding people, he's, you know, seeing Morpheus within Daniel. But Matthew though, they just, I don't know, they did him dirty.
Yeah.
As far as the writing of this, they did him dirty in this whole season.
I kind of agree. Especially like I love that last moment with him in the comic. I thought that was a really cool way to, I think it's one of those moments. Again, the only thing I can equate it to is Doctor Who. So like whenever there's a new doctor and one of the old companions is dealing with the new doctor, it's a way for the audience to be like, nope, everything's going to be okay. This is still a dream. We're still going to have adventures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was one of the things too, like in that whole scene with, you know, connecting back with Lucian. And then before that, where he like basically quote unquote almost like pardons Lyta. And I'm like, no, she doesn't get a freebie here. No, this is ridiculous.
I want to say it's slightly different in the comic. I'm trying to remember. He does like forgive her, but he's like, because he's like, you kind of did nothing wrong. Because again, like I said, they don't explain it for the show, but in the comic is she was tricked and then she was bewitched. So it's
Yeah.
kind of not her fault. But he's like, you are forgiven because you really didn't do anything wrong. But because of your actions, you will never see me again.
See, yeah. See, I like that.
There is sort of a punishment for her.
Yeah. In this one, he just was like,
you can see me whenever I'm dreaming.
Yeah, I will
whenever you're
like be there on everything. I'm like, no, this is not like.
I think they wanted a happier send off.
Yeah, well, no, it was not.
I agree. I think they were going for they were going for closure here. Like you're ending the series off with a whole new character that you know nothing of, but you're supposed to feel good about this.
Yeah.
You're supposed to feel sad but also move on all at the same time. And so if you have that negative open ending of like your punishment is you'll never see me, not even in your dreams. Like it's like, oh, okay, well, this dream's already being an asshole to his mom.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked all the like kind of interactions. I liked seeing like all the different people at the wake. I love the death coming up and putting that cloth down and it brings his body. There's a whole thing of that in the comic that they didn't really keep that a lot of fans wanted, is where all the Endless have to go collect Morpheus's body, and they have to go to this like underworld, I guess, for like the Endless. Like it's weird. There's this guy who looks like an Undertaker mixed with like the Crooked Man and Babadook. And they're like, hey, are you here to collect Dream's remains? And they're like, yes. And he's like, well, then you can't enter. And they're like, yeah, we've done this before with Despair. And they're like, okay, so they make like a golem. Yeah, this is the second Despair.
Oh.
They never, like with Delirium turning from Delight to Delirium, it's mentioned, but they never explain why there's a second Despair. We just know that the Despair that you see is the second one. That's why they mention it in the show about how like, oh yeah, my predecessor died or whatever.
Oh, I missed that.
But anyway, they make like a golem. So they make like this person out of clay and then they carve all of their sigils into it. And then it can go into this place and it grabs Morpheus's body and like a book that kind of looks like Destiny's book, but it's like specifically for Morpheus. And then he like brings it out and then it turns into that like cloth. And then that, anyway, they didn't really need to put it in the show, but a lot of fans wanted to see that.
Yeah.
That's weird. It kind of would have been cool to see it in like claymation though.
Can we talk about how creepy the Corinthian is in this episode?
Man, look, he had something going on with old Constantine there, and he's trying to turn a whole new leaf, and she doesn't want to give them teeth eyes a day. All right.
That's not even what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when Rose Walker shows up and he's like, oh, hey, Rose. And he like leans over and he like winks at her and he's like, we got up to some fun, didn't we? And I'm like, you're a fucking creeper, man.
Here's my stance. I get that they set it up. I get that we needed closure. I was tired of all of that. All the Corinthian, Joanna back and forth playing games. I was tired of all that. I didn't need any of that episode, honestly. Like I really didn't.
Yeah.
I was fine with it. My wife was rooting for them to fuck.
To shag.
Yeah.
There better be some shagging in this book.
Some of the people though at the actual wake. So in the comic, it is supposed to be very important people, but also just everybody who's dreaming at the time. So it is like millions, maybe even billions of people.
Yeah.
But they're showing like all the who's who from like this season and the last season. And they show Nada, and I'm like, I don't think Nada would show up. I got to be honest with you. I was like, I don't think Nada would be there. And then I mentioned him, but also they showed Rory like Calliope's rapist. And I was like, that's just inappropriate. Like, especially because Calliope is there. I'm like, that's just not right. Why would he be there? Morpheus sentenced him to like a life worse than death, he wouldn't be at the funeral. What are you doing?
Was that Calliope who they panned over to Lucia and like she didn't say a word?
I
She
think
had
so.
like a thing over her head or whatever.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought it was, but I couldn't place her. I want to say like my second favorite speech or talk out of the whole thing was Hob and Death.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
a
yeah.
really cool one because, the whole time they're talking and you think he's leading down a path of like, and he even sits there and says like, do you think I want to die? And he starts kind of talking or whatever about being tired and whatnot like that. And then he goes and he's like, but here I am, just talking with death, the endless. I'm at a funeral for Dream.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what tomorrow's going to bring. So no, I'm
Yeah.
not ready to die. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
that was cool. I really liked that conversation.
Yeah, that happens. So there's the issues, what is it, like 70 through 73 that are just called the wake. Those all happen and they deal with the wake. And I want to say the wake, an epilogue, is where it deals with Hob gets visited by death
Hmm.
and he's putting on like a play or so. I don't know. He's doing something. Maybe he's building something with his barn. I don't know. I didn't fully read it. I just sort of skimmed through it. So that conversation, like he wasn't at the funeral or anything. They just adopted that whole conversation for the funeral part, which I actually kind of like better, to be honest with you.
I was gonna say I like that better just by I haven't seen it, but I already like that better because of the idea that they gave Dream and Hob such a good relationship
Mm-hmm.
for them to only see each other like once every 100 years or whatever it was.
Yeah. Everyone really, really liked, from what I can tell online, everyone loved that interaction between Death and Hob and this episode in general. I also love that we learned that the other play that Dream had Shakespeare put on that was kind of like an homage to Dream was The Tempest. I thought that was a
Hmm.
cool little like, oh, okay. It was like a way for Dream to live on even after he's dead.
Hmm.
And that's the last story of this issues 1 through 70 something, 75 or something like that.
75.
That's like the last issue where it's Shakespeare writing the Tempest play.
Well, what did y'all think of the end scene credit?
I didn't know there was an end scene credit and I didn't watch it.
Oh, yeah. It was the kindly ones just talking about the end and stuff like that. That was
I have to go back and watch that. I didn't see that. I feel bad now.
You should.
Oh. The other thing I meant to mention, I love Desire talks about when they're on the steps about to go into like the wake thing. I thought this was a cool moment. Desire's desire her entire time has been that she wanted Morpheus to spill blood, like family blood. And now that she finally got it, she realizes she doesn't want it. I thought that was a very like cool poetic moment. Anyway, I just thought it was cool. It's falling to deaf ears. The other thing I like is Kane describing Abel when they're rebuilding it. It was funny, all the things he was saying. And then he was like, he smells like cabbage water. And I was like, I know what that smells like. That smells fucking terrible.
He's not as attractive. What was it? They were talking to the Corinthian. And he was like, I don't like you. And then somebody said something about Cain. And he was like, well, Cain liked you, but Cain liked everybody. Or no, Abel. Abel liked you, but Abel liked everybody.
Yeah. But that's it, man. That's all I got for this episode.
Jeremy?
I'm good.
On to the final episode, which is a special. It's episode 12, Death, the High Cost of Living, which is the title of the miniseries for Death, the High Cost of Living. Synopsis: Sexton is on the verge of ending his life until he meets death on her one day every 100 years that she's off. Jeremy, what is your whelming?
On this one, I'll say that I'm pleasantly whelmed just because I like Death. I like her character. I like the actress that played her. I think she did a great job. It wasn't necessarily like a real important episode necessarily or anything. It just was there. So I was like, okay, this is cool. But yeah, I didn't quite. I guess it's just like you said, just kind of a preview of her side of things or something like that. But like I said, it was a good episode. I enjoyed it, but it's just an episode.
Okay, Richard.
I like death. I do, but I wrote I was whelmed with this. I was like, this just feels like an after school special about suicide.
All right then. I was on like the pleasantly to overwhelmed range. I really
Really?
liked this. I thought it was nicely packaged up. I thought it was a really good delivery. I enjoyed the character death. I enjoyed the interaction that they both had. I liked the messages that are in there. I thought a lot of it was really well done. So
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty great.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the things I liked about Death and her character and everything is just that the insights that she kind of takes with her and brings into the show. So seeing all that kind of play out, I thought was really interesting.
Yeah, I do like the character of death. I just, this particular story, when everyone's like, oh, they're doing this one, it's like a real popular one. I was like, sweet, I'm here for it. And then when it happened, I was like I said, it just felt like it felt like at the end, the actress who plays death comes out. It's like, hi, we had a lot of fun tonight, but I want to talk to you about something serious. You know, 1 in 7 people suffer from mental illness and will kill themselves. Like, it's just one of those like, okay.
Yeah.
I really thought for a moment there's a scene in the show when Death and Sexton are locked inside of a room and we'll just say kidnapper. It comes back in with a pistol and he slips and the gun goes off and he falls. I was like, shit, they're both dead. Sexton and him, they're both dead. Death's just right there. She's just gonna go ahead and clock in, and these bastards are just gonna go up, and none of that happened. None of it. That was a very surprising moment for me.
I think those moments, I'm not sure because again, I was following along in the comic. I wasn't reading, but they don't make a poignant moment like they do for the show. So when he's on the trash pile and he falls, I think he was supposed to die there, but because Death took a holiday, he didn't die there. And then when the gun goes off, I think he was supposed to die there. But because Death took a holiday, he didn't die there.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's also dealing with like what Morpheus did with like, it's kind of a choice for him.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. And that was kind of one of the things I thought about too. Like whenever he fell over on the very beginning from that trash pile, I was like, oh, he's dead. That's how we're going to transition to all this. But nope. She's like, no, because like even with the whole her reaching her hand out and then taking it back real quick and like, oh wait, no, I'm off today, and just went ahead and grabbed him. I was like, 'cause as soon as she was about to grab his hand, I was like, all right, yeah, he's dead. But then she said that, and I was like, oh, well, that's interesting.
I kind of wonder like how much of a different episode this would be like had he actually had died. I know it wouldn't have got the point across at all, or the whole time you're walking through him, it's almost like a Sixth Sense kind of thing. And you get to the end and he's reinvigorated and he wants to live. And she's like, I'm sorry, it's too late.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you end with that.
Oh, I'm glad they didn't because that's just the Sound of Her Wings episode all over again.
Well,
because that happens like multiple times in that episode.
Where several people didn't want to die.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
And they didn't know they were dead.
They didn't know. Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. I really like that episode, though.
No, I do too.
That's a really good episode.
You can't just
this is definitely
do a
different.
repeat.
Right. Yeah. I'm with you. No, I'm with you. I understand. But yeah, I thought the same thing. I thought he was dead, and that's how we were going to do it as well. Seems like it was on purpose.
Yeah. It was funny, like, so whenever we were watching the episode and he leaves, like starts to leave, and I was like, well, I would have asked her a whole lot more questions, like trying to find out more. And I was like, well, but you also got to sit there and think about it from his side. Just if I was in some random person's apartment and they said that they thought they were death, I would probably hightail it out of there.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I would. I would just be like, oh, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Especially when Mad Hetty shows up. I'm like, nah, I'm done. I'm done with crazy people.
I don't know what to think of the whole Mad Hetty storyline there. I get it, the idea of like she puts her soul in something Harry Potter style and
Mm.
hides it, but like I I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that whole thing.
Hmm. It is in the comic that like even her breaking the bottle and like threatening to kill whatever his name is. What's the main
Sexton.
Sexton? That's in the comic. And the only difference is the locket is in a Russian nesting doll that she buys at the market.
Mm,
She buys a new Ankh in the comic, and then she buys that Russian nesting doll. And then the order of which the ending of the show happens is different. I think in the comic, Death, falls into the water fountain, and then all that stuff happens, and then Mad Hetty comes and collects the thing, the Russian nesting doll, and then she opens it and she finds a locket, and she's like, "Oh, this is where I hid my soul."
Yeah.
mm. The idea of like death dying one day every 100 years. That's weird.
It's not death dying, it's death living. That's the point.
Well, yes. No, I like coming into the real world and living.
But experiencing life, like
Right.
being able to love, to talk, to eat, to shit,
Right.
whatever. Like,
Right, but to sit there and have that moment at the very end where she's talking to herself.
mhm.
That's kind of what I'm getting at and talking. Like I understand the whole, because she even sits there and says like to have free will is like amazing.
Yeah.
And giving that of like, yeah, I'm all powerful death, whatever, but like I don't have this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have what y'all have.
She's enslaved to her duties.
Right. So like I get and I understand all that, but I don't know. I never thought of an ending like for her or for Dream or for any of them. Like I just figured they just kind of like Dream would just turn into sand and then just go back to the dreaming. Like I just figured that she would have stopped. She was going to get her wings and then she was going to go up. I didn't
Mhm.
think she was going to like have a heart attack
Yeah.
or whatever it was. You know what I mean? And then have to go and talk to herself to tell herself what it was like to live. Cause it's like almost like she didn't even get to experience it. Like she's having to sit there and live vicariously through like an avatar.
Yeah, I think it's one of those memories merge into her because
Yeah.
again, it is exactly the only difference is the whole, how like the river Styx, the like Greek mythology where you put two coins over someone's eyes to pay the
Mhm.
ferryman to deliver your soul across the river Styx.
Right.
They do that in this, they do that in the comics. The only difference is you see her like on the ferryman's boat, and then she
Mm.
steps off into like the underworld, and then she's talking with, they call her Dee Dee. In the comic, they say Dee Dee, and then there's Death.
Yeah.
And then they have almost the exact same conversation. And then she grabs her hand, and then she just like apparates and like merges back into Death.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
There'll be a whole bunch of that tonight.
It's just such a somber ending of just like, okay, like this is it. This is the end kind of thing.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
so it's like
that's kind of appropriate for Death. Death is a somber ending.
I agree. It's hard to get hyped about. It was needed. All of it. I feel like all of it was needed. Maybe not the death episode, but I enjoyed it. So I'm glad it's there. But like all the rest of it was needed to sit there and like tie, this series up.
This show released its episodes. It didn't release it all at once. It released it like half and half, I want to say. I think this should not have been the end to it all. Maybe they thought like people would be sad for like Morpheus dying, so like this would be a way for like to have closure, but it didn't. I don't think it hit the way they thought it was going to hit. At least for me, it didn't.
Yeah.
I think if anything, it should have came out like midway.
Yeah, and maybe that's part of it too, because I'm just kind of like, all right, I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to kind of move on.
Well, I've got great news for you. You can now. Were y'all expecting Theo, the like whatever the villain of the story, why he wanted the Ankh? Because I like call that from like moment one.
No, like I, I mean, I saw like, I mean, yes, whenever they made the more focus on her onk and his kind of like whatever catching on to that, I was like, okay, obviously something's about to happen here. I was interested to see what happened there, but yeah, I didn't see all the all the extra stuff there, and the twist of him actually just, you think he's wanting to go kill somebody or be in control of death, but just him wanting to bring his love back. I didn't get that.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Is my note was like Theo wants to bring somebody back. That's absolutely what he wants to do. And then sure enough, later, because they kept repeating how like what was it, Natalie? Is that what was the
Hmm.
girlfriend's name or whatever? Like
Yeah.
they kept mentioning her name over and over and over again. I'm like, Natalie's dead, and he wants to bring her back. I
Mm.
guarantee you that's what he wants with death. And then sure enough, it happened. As I was like, I fucking knew it.
No, I was ignorant. I was just all the way in it.
Gotcha.
I was not looking past the minute mark. I was just along for the ride.
I gotcha. The last couple things I have is just I just wrote a joke. I was like, so the high cost of living is just 2 pence. That's it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I mean, in this economy.
In this economy, 2 pence? Are you kidding me? And then I just like the little small. I think they did it with the last season's special episode, but there was like a little Superman mug and a Superman logo on the fridge. I
Mm,
thought that was
yeah.
cool.
I was wondering where all the Superman stuff. I was like, what are we doing? When did we get the license for this? Like, I know they're all DC,
Mhm.
but I was like, this is Netflix here. Like, what? Hold on. You've got Dead Boy detectives. What are you doing?
I can't remember, but one of the episodes I remember there was like a Superman logo. I just can't remember
Mm.
which episode that was last season.
I got you.
But that's it.
Cool. Well, Jeremy, you recommend anybody in our audience watch this after hearing all the spoilers that we just did?
Yeah, I do. Overall, even especially if you haven't seen the first season, watch both of them because I just enjoyed the show altogether. I mean, it is a different, like we said, as far as it's a different feel, different vibe than any kind of typical comic book um, show or movie or anything. But I like that change in pace in it. I like the in-depth storytelling and things like that. So it was definitely enjoyed all of it and definitely recommend to go see it.
For sure.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I've already recommended this to a couple of people, but I liked it. I thought it was really cool. I'm kind of sad that we're not getting another season. I get it. I understand why. But at the same time, I liked the actor that they got to play Daniel. I would like to see some of the stories from his like run as Dream,
Mhm.
and that'd be cool to see.
Yeah, I could see that. If you were satisfied with season 1, I'd say don't worry about season 2. But if you're wanting just a little bit more to kind of be more in that world, then yeah, sure. Why not? I think my biggest drawback on that is that they hyped when they finished season 1 because of the intentions of what they were going to do. The hype and the threat of hell was a lot more than
Mm,
what we wound up getting in
Yeah.
episode 2. You know what I mean? Like, we live off season 1 of like Lucifer Morningstar is like livid. And then episode 1, you end with, oh, he's coming. Fine, then we're ready for him.
mhm.
And then episode 2, it's like, oh yeah, I just told
I'm
everybody
tired,
to leave.
boss.
There's no vacancy.
Yeah, no, I'm tired.
No, Mr. Superman.
Yeah, no, Mr. Dream, you bye.
So I think that harsh of a pivot really, I think, just kind of threw me off from the get go.
That was the other thing that I thought they should have at least included, because they, in the comic, they go and visit Lucifer multiple times at his club. And matter of fact, when Delirium is looking for Barnabas, she goes to Lucifer at one point. She's like, "Have you seen my dog?" And he's like, "No, I haven't seen your dog." So anyway, I think it would have been at least cool to have Lucifer show up for the wake at the very least to make a speech,
Mm.
since they had that whole interaction of like Because essentially she was Morpheus. She's like, hey, this is my domain. I'm tired. I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
And that's what Morpheus wanted to do. And anyway, they
Yeah.
should have at least included her in there, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially when they had that. I mean, they had the moment on the beach and stuff like that of like just touching base of like, hey, here's what I did with the key of hell. So you probably could have done that and not have to.
This just could have been an email.
This, yeah. This is gonna be an email. That's great. Cool. Y'all got anything else?
No, that's it.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Awesome. Y'all come back next week. We're gonna do some. There's all kinds of news floating around, y'all. We're gonna take a little break from the content, but we're gonna talk about all the news, rumors, whatever else that's all floating around. Lots of stuff hyping up, especially with Doomsday. So we're gonna be getting the tea on all that.
You'll be getting happy news giving.
Happy news giving, yes. In the meantime, Jeremy, where can they find you at?
They can find me on Twitch under the handle Night Fury GTO. It's Night with a K, and you can find me here.
Awesome. Richard?
If you want to contact me directly, I have an X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram, a Blue Skies, and a Threads. My handle is Night Curry, night like day and night, and curry with a K. If you want to contact us directly, we have a Gmail. Our Gmail is comicallycomicspodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to check us out on YouTube, possibly TikTok, we'll see, and Instagram, you can check us out under the name Comically Comics Podcast. And if you want to check us out on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, you can check us out under the name Comically Comics with an X.
Awesome. You can find me on Instagram, eBay, and Shortbox22_comics. You can also find me on YouTube at 22 Comics. Thank y'all so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did making it. Well, all being said, say goodbye, Jeremy.
Bye, Jeremy.
Goodbye, Jeremy. Goodbye.
You. What are you?
Ladies, I'm your worst nightmare. I'm a pumpkin with a gun.